Morning Trainiacs, it's supposed to be just a short 50-minute ride and then a 25-minute run, but ALPE du ZWIFT came out on Zwift simulating the ALPE d'Huez, and when I have a chance to ride ALPE d'Huez, you better believe that Coach Pat's workouts are not going to happen the way that he wrote out. I'm sorry, Pat, but you didn't write in go do ALPE d'Huez. Let's do it. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we are going to ride ALPE du ZWIFT. I'll cut it up and bring you along. I'll tell you just how awfully it's going. Alright, so as I warm up, let me give you a preview of what ALPE du ZWIFT is, i.e. ALPE d'Huez. Okay, so ALPE du ZWIFT is an expansion on Zwift released March 29th, 2018, and it simulates the famed ALPE d'Huez climb. It is a 12-kilometer climb with 21 hairpin turns, and the Zwift version matches the tourist version, which is actually around 2 kilometers shorter with 40 meters less climbing than what's done in the Tour de France. There is a verified Strava segment for the new route. You have to be level 12 and up on Zwift to get there, and they've added a whole bunch of new features, and as you go over the climbs and do all the hairpin turns, it gives you checkpoints at each turn. Average gradient is 8.3%. Let's go do this. And I'm gonna need some pump up tunes for this. 30 minutes in and just about to start. And I think it's gonna end up being about a 1 hour climb. And I might, depending on how I'm feeling, still try to do a 25-minute run after. So I'm gonna need some calories. All right, I'm nice and warmed up. Here we go. No excuses not to let it all out, except for a giant mountain in my way. Here we go. You can see all the hairpin turns coming up on the right. Sign right there, 12K. Gonna see if I can average somewhere over 250 watts for the hour or so that this is gonna take. Build into it. So the easiest way to get here is to do the route when you're starting the ride, called Ride to the Sky. First of 21 hairpin turns, and the grade levels out to about as low as 4. Also, you see further over on the right, just under the map, that it marks off your checkpoints. So I've done one of 22 checkpoints, and I think each turn is a checkpoint. And then probably one at the finish line. So make sure to follow me at T, and then the last name is Triathlon Taren, if this is the first time you're meeting me. Cool? Ride on. Whoa, after that second hairpin turn, cranks up to 13, 14, 13, 12. Scenery is just beautiful. They put a ton of effort into this. Third hairpin turn, mellows out down to 5. Fourth hairpin turn, levels out to 0. Oh, that's nice. Either I'm starting off really well or these people know something about pacing that I don't. Fifth hairpin turn, 9.8 kilometers left. Mellows out to about 5%, 4K in or so. 4%. That's a nice break. Oh, after the sixth turn, there's a long, steady stretch through a town here. – 90% mental, 10% legs written on the ground. Seventh hairpin down. Eighth hairpin turn, levels out to 4. That 5K in starts getting into snowy areas of the mountain. Some logging built into the side. It's so cool. Oh, some logs overhead. Ninth hairpin turn. Where's the oxygen? It says on the ground. Oh, up to 13, 14%. %. Just before the 10th hairpin. Oh. I'm about halfway done, just before the 12th hairpin, at least distance-wise. 23 minutes in, 6 of about 12.3K down. Eleventh hairpin turn. 11 more markers to go. Some gusts of snow coming right there. 12th hairpin turn. And it is right up there in the mountains. There's nothing but snow up here. 13th hairpin turn. 8 left to go. Starting to get into the fog and the clouds this high up on the Alp. Ah. 14th hairpin turn. 7 more to go. Fifteenth hairpin turn. Oh, and a big long stretch through the tenting area. Oh, after the 15th turn, this is a long stretch. Oh. Just banked on each side by snow. It's like real Winnipeg here. "40 minutes in, power's really starting to be a struggle. Hands are starting to fall asleep here. Oh. 17th hairpin turn. Looks like we get a bit of reprieve with some flats. Down to 2%, 0% minus 1%. And just that quickly starts climbing again back up to 7, 8. Seventeenth hairpin turn. Oh, come on, power. Eighteenth hairpin turn. Bag some bragging rights, it says on the mountain. You can see all the radio towers there, satellite. Tried a drafting boost and it doesn't help anything right now. Nineteenth turn. got snow blowing over the road surface there. This is so realistic. Hashtag not a Zwift ad. th hairpin turn. One more turn left. And then the finish line. Oh my God, I'm at 55 minutes. Somebody's already done a 37-minute climb. Oh. All right, big finish for the cameras. Gotta push it if I want to get under an hour. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh no. All right, now cool down a little bit. And because I'm a smart triathlete, do a 25-minute recovery run. All right, so that total ride was hour and 40 minutes, just went 31 kilometers. How would I rate my experience today, Zwift? 5 thumbs up. Add a comment. Ride on. All right, there you go. ALPE du ZWIFT. It's good. It's really good. Follow me at first name T, last name Ridethrough, space Taren. If you aren't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button below. And if you're into long-form podcasts, go check out the Triathlon Taren podcast. It's the most reviewed triathlon podcast in the world. If you like triathlon tips, go check out the Triathlon Training Ask podcast, which comes out with a tip every single weekday. And if you're already subscribed, like the like button or hit it, press it. Now we run.